All right, comments are already coming in on Twitter. Gentlemen, the Chan Eagles have arrived in Cape Town safely as well. And tomorrow they begin training. Looking forward to doing what we did with the main team yesterday. Are you that optimistic?
Well, let's see from their first game whether they'll be able on Saturday
against Mali.
Against Mali, you know, I mean, playing a friendly game is different from the match conditions. You know, we have seen sometimes it could be deceptive. You know, we won the Atlanta 96 Olympic Games, but we were poor in our friendly games. Even the qualifiers.
The last friendly game we played
Togo 3-1 beaten by Togo.
And I remember analysts said there is no dream in this team.
Yes,
because they were the dream team.
One actually even came out and said that team was going to fail woefully in Atlanta, but he was good enough and wise enough to come out and retract what he said and offer an apology. So, but like when you said, there is a big difference between playing friendly matches and competitive games in a pressure cooker situation. Let's just hope that this team has learned plenty from their short time with Stephen Keshi. Some of them have experienced playing at a major venue before. Some of these players actually played in Peru. Some of them played against Egypt.
Some of them were in South Africa last year. And were Nations Cup winners. So I think about 3 or 4 of them. Agbim, Goike, Ejike Zoyi,
those 3.
Yeah, those 3.
They are not lacking in experience, you know, absolutely. But you also look at the opponents. A team like Morocco has about 6 players from
Casablanca.
They played Bayern Munich. You can't have it. I mean, that should be the biggest at the biggest level. Then the team from Congo, TP Mazembe, we know they do well in the CAF Champions League. So they have a lot of players with African experience. So it's going to be tough. Let's see against Mali,
host South Africa with all the quality that they have.
A good team.
So we're expecting a good tournament.
Yeah,
we're expecting a good tournament. Don't forget what we told you. On Friday, we will be doing a preview of the African Nations Championship. We'll be looking at the different groups, and we will try to see how far Nigeria will go at the Chan. We'll leave that for Friday. But just to inform you, now the Eagles have landed safely in Cape Town, and they are looking forward to a beautiful tournament, something close to what the main team did last year. But gentlemen, let's go to the issues very quickly. Earlier today, I mean, the wires were all awash. And for me, the story is about the 2022 World Cup. You may ask yourself, why are we worried about 2022 World Cup when we haven't played the 2014? The 2014 is also shrouded with its own level of uncertainty. But Qatar 2022 has always been in the news about the timing. And Tunde, are we having 2022 Winter World Cup?
Well,
FIFA came out.
Jerome Valcke, General Secretary of FIFA, he said that he was quoted on a radio program in France saying that the 2022 World Cup will take place either between November 15th or January 15th of 2023, and FIFA came out very swiftly to distance themselves.
That is his own opinion.
That is his own opinion.
Not representing the opinion of the FIFA Executive Committee.
Exactly, that any decision on the timing of the World Cup, of the 2022 World Cup, will take place in December 2014. Like, this is a premature statement from Jerome Valcke, and they've distanced themselves from it. But either way, if that happens, there's going to be plenty of rough, so to speak. Australia already, who also bidded for that 2022 World Cup, already said that they will seek some sort of compensation from FIFA. They also don't also forget that there will be an Africa Cup of Nations
in 2023, January.
Exactly. So there will be trouble.
And we decided to move the Nations Cup to ODS to avoid things like this.
All right. So all that is up in the air as well. The European clubs are also up in arms, saying that
because it will be a major disruption
their own calendar severely. So there is so much that is bound to go on. And I'm wondering, where is all that those lofty plans that Qatar had about playing
air-conditioned stadiums,
climate-controlled stadiums, and everything. So I'm wondering where all that.
I mean, those are the things that want them to bid. Those are the things that want them to bid. I mean, they told us about how they were going to create airflow and all of that, and make it comfortable for those who will be watching. And we had a feel of this when the under-17 went to the United Arab Emirates for the under-17 World Cup. It was terribly hot. Plenty of water breaks. So why are we thinking about moving the time for 2022? Still a long time. A lot can still happen between now and then.
I think there's an atom of truth in what Jerome Valcke said. But I think FIFA just felt that he should have
spoke too early. The lobbying is still going on the ground
to make sure that
because even Sepp Blatter has been hinting around all of that.
He has been saying it has always been there since last year. He said the weather will be too hot. In fact, some people said the weather will be, it can even fry Accra.
That's a big cake.
That's a big cake. So I mean players from Europe coming to play.
If we go there, that means Nigeria will probably win.
Absolutely.
It's going to be still in the park for us.
We will just take the whole players from Maiduguri. After 15 minutes, we out and we start scoring goals. But I think on a more serious note, FIFA are really in trouble. That's talking about Brazil. We said it here that they're going to extend the time deadline given to them. It's inevitable. From the Qatar 2022 is going to be the same thing.
But will Blatter be there 2022? That's some problem for the incoming FIFA president.
I mean,
some big problem.
Huge problem for him. Huge problem because it's obvious that the world, can't go there at that period.
But historically, none of the World Cups have ever been played outside May, June, or July.
Yeah.
But there's always time to set a precedence. But if that precedence is set in 2022,
so do you move? The challenge for FIFA will be: do you just move the Qatar World Cup to winter, and then continue with the summer arrangement?
Obviously,
because that disruption
is be a one-off.
It is a one-off.
Obviously, because in Europe, if you are going to play it in winter, it's even more devastating.
Yeah, because you can't play it.
I mean, people have to use chisels to open their doors or their cars because of the.
All right, so it's a real big puzzle for FIFA. But let's see how they resolve all of that going forward. But let's come home and talk about football on the African continent, and of course, the supremo for football on the African continent is Issa Hayatou, the Cameroonian, and a lot of people will tell you the history of Issa Hayatou, that he was in Nigeria in the early 90s, and he was, taken through the rudiments of sports administration by the late Patrick Opomo. All right, but Issa Hayatou is the supremo, and today he visited the governor of Lagos State. He's in town, of course, for the LOCAF Awards, but he took time out to visit Governor Babatunde Raji Fashola, who is a sports-loving governor, a footballer himself. He came with some NFF executive committee members. NFF president Aminu Megiri was on the team as well. Amos Adamu is free to associate with football now because the ban is over. He was also there. Executive committee members also there as well, and it was good that Hayatou came and paid respect to someone like Fashola for what he's doing for football and sports generally.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tony. It's a tradition in Africa that when you visit, you have to go and pay homage to some people. The Lagos State governor has done a lot in terms of provision of infrastructure. Some of the ex-footballers too, he has encouraged them, financially, and he's doing so much for sports. So I think it's in order for Issa Hayatou to go and pay him homage. Absolutely in order.
And the highlight, of course, is Governor Fashola tasking CAF to rebrand the sport and make it as lucrative as what you see in Europe and, of course, in other parts of the world. So let's listen to Governor Babatunde Raji Fashola and Issa Hayatou, and then we'll come back for more on Sports Tonight.
De toutes les façons, nous voyons le résultat au niveau de la Fédération de football. We all see the results realized by the Nigerian team so far. Nigeria has won the AFCON this year. Nigeria has been qualified for World Cup. Nigeria has won the World Cup under 17. Nigeria is going to CHAN. I don't want at this point to make any prognostic, but Nigeria is amongst the team who can make it during the CHAN. So we all see the result of the involvement of authorities of this country in the development of football. Le problème est réglé. A while ago, Mrs. Sabiola introduced me as the pillar of African football. I want to say that Nigeria as a country is the pillar of African football, because each time I was facing any problem, I reverted to Nigerian authorities and I was able to find a solution.
The only thing I will leave you with, sir, is how you can leverage more international technical support for the development of African leagues. The kind of support that ensures that all clubs own their pitches, the kind of support that ensures that all clubs have well laid out football fields with natural grass, a developmental agenda. That for me perhaps will be your most defining legacy. We cannot have so much unemployment with so much passion for the game